can we help other people be more present and compassionate? Pretty much on a spiritual and emotional level, the only ones we can really help are ourselves. Many, many people come in and they say, how can I make my spouse, my children, my in-laws, my boss be more spiritual? Because of course, if I'm on a spiritual path, it would make my life much nicer if the people I live with are also on that path. If I'm on a path of compassion and love, and I go to the office, and whether it's my employer or my employees, they're just focused on, profits and the bottom line. And I'm going to meditation about compassion and loving kindness. Obviously, I'd like to bring some of that into the workplace. If I have children, and all they talk about is what brand their jeans are, and I'm on a spiritual path, I obviously would like to bring them along. The real difficulty with this is it can't be done in that way. And the reason is that whether we say being compassionate, whether we say being present, whether we say being spiritual, these are things that stem from deep within us. This is not behavior modification. This is not fake it. This is not act polite. This is not, speak quietly and know your place. This is not just how we act. This is really what's going on deep inside of ourselves. And the only person whose deep insides we can change are our own. There is no way to make another person experience compassion, experience presence, experience spirituality, particularly if that's my goal. Because see, if my goal is I'm going to teach you, whether I think I'm going to teach you math or whether I think I'm going to teach you spirituality, it's created a separation. I'm the teacher, you're the student. Now that might work with arithmetic. Sit here, do arithmetic. But if what I'm trying to do is actually give you an experience, because you can't teach spirituality, the only way to do it is through an experience. And if what we're trying to do is help people have experiences, it cannot be done in a place of separation. The only possibility that I have to help you experience compassion is through being deeply connected with you. The only way to give people an experience is through being connected to them. I cannot teach you to love. The only way that I could begin, if my goal was to teach someone to love, the only way to do it is to make them love me. It's the only way. There's no way that you can teach someone to love someone else or to love something else. You can't say, okay, on the count of 3, now you're going to feel that. The only way is to get them to experience love with me. That's the only thing I have any control over. And so in that, the only way to get you to feel love for me is to get you to feel connected to me. And the only way to do that is if I'm connected to you. So to make someone feel compassion or feel presence or feel spirituality, the only way we can even begin is to deeply connect with them, and then for us to be literally an emanator of, a powerhouse of compassion, love, spirit, so that the person near us feels that. When they feel that, it'll awaken something inside themselves as well. It's like if I want to make you feel love, and through my connection with you, through loving you, I'm able to slowly, slowly unthaw the part in you that doesn't love, then I've been able to awaken that. But I have to love you to do it. There's no way I can get you to experience love if I don't love you. And so the only way to help anyone experience spirituality is to emanate that, so that in our presence, they are in the presence of compassion, in the presence of presence, in the presence of spirituality, in the presence of love. And then what that'll do is it'll ignite something in them. There was a beautiful young boy here from London, the son of a devotee of Puja Swamiji's, who was here for about a week, and young boy, he was maybe, 8 or 9 at the time, maybe younger even. And when he left, he said, I feel like someone has reached into my heart and turned the switch from off to on. Now, that's not something you can teach. You cannot sit down a young boy and say, close your eyes and experience spirit. Sure, you can put him in the arati. Sure, you can teach him chants. Sure, you can do all of that. But we have no direct path to his heart, to his spirit, other than our own heart and our own spirit. And that's why, whether our goal is to help someone else become spiritual, or whether our goal is to find love, they may seem like very, very different goals. And yet, the path is actually the same. We need to be such emanators of love, of spirit, of compassion, of connection, of presence, that people around us automatically feel it. It's like when those air conditioners go on, if you stand near it, you get cold. Not because somehow you have done something, not because the air conditioner shouted at you from across the room, become cold, but because it in and of itself emanates so much cold air that if you get close enough to it, you could actually, on a hot summer day, catch pneumonia. It actually goes inside you, and you could then walk out of this room carrying your pneumonia with you. In the same way, we have to literally first experience in ourselves, because otherwise we cannot emanate it. If that air conditioner did not have a machine inside that cooled the air, if its motor broke, couldn't do it. It could not give you cold air. Doesn't matter how expensive or beautiful the air conditioner is. So first we have to become just beings of love, of light, of presence. And then people around us automatically, because we don't have an inner switch for pneumonia or for cold. But we do have an inner switch for love and spirit. And so it's even easier to turn that on in someone than for an AC to give you pneumonia. But it's all about us.